All right, we're going to record this because there's some stuff I want to talk to you specifically about AP. But before we do that, are you guys doing okay? Life is good?
Sure, yeah.
Any of you have jobs? Any of you working any? No?
I was going to do the census, but it, yeah.
Have y'all gotten any word about that? How
It got pushed back to July.
Okay, back to July.
Yeah.
And Catherine, who is that adorable little boy thing with you?
Oh, this is my sister's cat. My sister is sleeping, so she's attention starved.
Oh, she's adorable. Hey, so classes, with the exception of AP and NWAC for you seniors, are all done then? As of today, right? I just want to encourage you, keep working on the stuff that I've got posted on the practice exams. I'm still going to keep posting stuff there. I've got 2016 and 2015 posted, and I'm still going to go back some more and pull problems. And then I'm just going to keep posting stuff that some of AP Cal teacher colleagues write. So just do as much of it as you have time to do, okay? Those are going to be the best ways for you to practice. Just make sure that when you're doing a problem, like on the ones from previous years, try to set your timers to see how far you get so you can start really learning how to pace yourself. That's going to be one of the hardest parts, is just learning how to pace yourself. And you're going to have to keep your own time on the real thing on May 12th.
There won't be a timer up there?
There will be a timer on the screen, yes.
Okay.
On the screen. So you just have to pay attention to it. And to encourage you, if there's stuff that you're having trouble with, if you're working some problems and you're stuck, holler at me, because I am more than happy to FaceTime or Zoom with you, because I've been doing that with some of you. And that's the thing that I enjoy the most during my day, is getting to work problems with you guys. I promise you're not annoying me or bothering me. If you say, hey, would you work through a few problems with me, or I'm stuck here and here, just tell me and we'll FaceTime or Zoom, and that just makes me happier. Do you have any comments, anything going on that I need to know about? Tell me about getting emails from AP. Have you gotten any? Give me your hand up if you've been getting emails from AP.
I have before, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Daisy didn't raise a hand. Tate. Was that all? Daisy and Tate? Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been getting any.
Okay. Daisy, unmute. I can't hear you.
Sorry. I did raise my hand. I just didn't.
You have been getting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to share. Is that the right one? Let me see. I thought I had that pulled up. Hang on just a second. Overview right there. Okay. Can you see a screen that starts by saying summary of resources?
I see an email.
You still see the email?
Yes.
Well, snap. All right. Hang on. All right, come on, thing. Just a minute. Stop share. Okay. Now, I'm going to minimize you guys for just a minute. And now I got to find you again. Where are you? Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
I can't see you. I lost you. Where'd you go? Return to meeting. Okay. Now tell me what you see.
You're not sharing.
Snap. I'm not doing very well.
It's okay.
Not doing very well at all. I'm still learning this mess. Now what do you see?
No, I see it.
Does it say summary of resources?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Hallelujah. You remember the night we had the tornado warning? Tuesday night, I think. When the tornado sirens went off, that was the time when we were supposed to be joining this webinar from AP. So, of course, I didn't watch it. Thankfully, they had it on demand the next day, so I watched it the next day. Now, Mrs. Seeger watched it in the closet. She took her computer in the closet and watched it while the tornado sirens were going off. So she's a hero. Okay. Do you see this website, this cb.org/AP2020? You can find all of this there. So if any of you need to write that down, or you'll see it in the video because I'm recording this. So these are just some things that I'm going to go through with you, with the exception of number 5. You don't need to worry about number 5, of course, unless you're taking an AP World, an AP Lang class, or French or Spanish. Okay, your AP exam e-ticket. Have you guys gotten information about this yet?
No.
Okay. You will get your e-ticket by email 2 days before each test that you take. And you can see on the right what that e-ticket is going to look like. That e-ticket is how you're going to access your exam. You see that yellow bar down there? That's how you're going to access your exam. Now, if you see the second bullet under the first big one, do you see where it says in blue myap.collegeboard.org? You see that?
Yep.
Okay, you can get your e-ticket there as well. So if you are not getting emails, you can still get your e-ticket. And it's right there. That's where you can get it. But I am going to encourage you that if you're not getting emails, please call that number that I shared with you before. And if you don't still have that email, holler at me and I'll get it to you. Some of this ought to be duh. Each ticket is for you, not for somebody else. Don't share it with anybody else. Look at the very, very last bullet on that page. Be sure to save your May e-ticket email in case you need to request a makeup exam. If for some reason, let's say, you know, the morning of the exam on May 12th, you get up and you are sick, you're throwing up. If you never open this exam, so if you just completely ignore this e-ticket, you will automatically be registered for the makeup exam 2 weeks later. Questions about that? Okay. Now, you guys all know when your exams are, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You see it all listed here? Are you able to, are you scrolling through this with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So please take a look right here on the second bullet over where my cursor is. Unless there's a significant conflict, students should test in May so they have the June test date as a backup in case there are disruptions. The AP folks said they're sure that there's going to be a small percentage of students who have internet trouble or trouble submitting their prop or their answers. There's going to be something that goes wrong. And they want to be sure that you have that June exam to take in case the first one screws up on you. So look at the third bullet. And this is what I just mentioned. If you cannot test on your test day in May, don't sign in with that e-ticket because you'll automatically get a new e-ticket for the June test. Now, the thing that the AP people are scared to death of is that you're going to forget what time zone you're in and that you're going to get to a test an hour too late because you forgot what time zone you're in. You guys know we're central. Your AP exam is at 1 o'clock on Tuesday, May 12th. So we've got 10 days from now. Okay, next page. Here are the makeup dates. Calculus looks like is in the afternoon later. What was that? So calculus will be at 3 p.m. on the makeup date. So don't do the makeup date unless you just have to, unless you're sick or something. If you have problems during the test on May 12th, then you can request an e-ticket to do the June one. And we could talk about that later in this as well. All right, the exam schedule. This is what I was talking about. I'm sorry, I'm having to move around because your grid is is hiding stuff. Just make sure you're in the right time zone. Make sure you're looking at central time zone, okay? That's the only thing I got to say there. Do you see a screen now that says what to expect?
Yep.
One of the things that the AP people were really concerned about is that since this is just a 45-minute exam, that you guys are going to think it's going to be harder to score a 5 or a 4 or a 3. They assured us it's not going to be any harder to score a 5 now than it has been in the past. So don't worry. Please, I want you to know, I'll get to it later. It's here in one of these other bullets. Please see where my cursor is.
Yep.
Stay calm, read each part of the question, and just show what you know and what you can do in the time you've got. Look at the second bullet. AP exams are not graded on a curve, and this year's are no different. Look at the third bullet. This is the part that I really want to focus on with you guys. Don't worry if you don't complete all parts of the question before you have to attach and submit your response. To give students as many different chances to demonstrate what they know as possible, a question may have more parts than be completed in the allotted time. You may not get it all finished and you can still score a 5. So I don't want you to sweat, or a 4 or a 3. Don't sweat if you can't get it all done. Just do the best you can. Be mindful of your time. Practice with time restrictions. Practice with a timer. Don't sweat it if you can't get it all done. All right. They talk about creating a good testing environment at home. I'm going to encourage you a few things. Number one, be in a room by yourself if that's possible. Ask the rest of your family who's in the house with you, ask for nobody else to be on the internet. You want all that bandwidth to belong to you, not to anybody else during those 45 minutes. Now, do you see the stuff that's in blue on the far right, the right half of the page under that exclamation mark?
Yep.
If you don't get a score of 3 or higher because of the shorter exam format, if you honestly believe I should have scored, and remember, I'm going to get your answers quickly, and if I believe you should have scored, then we can request a review. So that's just something to be mindful of. Okay. The next screen, the exams are viewed by students in a web browser. If any of you use the Internet Explorer web browser at home, it is not a valid browser for the AP exams. So you cannot use Internet Explorer to do an AP exam. What most of you are going to want to do, you're going to want to attach photos of handwritten responses. You can do these other things. There is a place where you can go to download if you want to type in symbols, math symbols. And I'm going to show you where that is because you can use that on the AP Classroom stuff that we're doing now. So I didn't find this out until just the other day. People said that for AP Cal, probably the best device for you to use is your phone or your tablet because you're going to be taking pictures. So that's just something to be mindful of. They said the best device to use on calculus is your smartphone or a tablet. If that's the case, then you might want to try doing some of these AP classroom tests for your phone. You might want to try that just to get some practice there.
Sorry, Ms. Sennett, did you say that it's wise to take the test on our phone?
That's what they suggested. That's what Trevor Packer, who is the head of AP, that's what he suggested for calculus and statistics.
Just because it's easier to upload the work.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only reason, because it's easier to upload your work. Okay, let's continue here. This is if you want to do copy and paste, which I can't imagine any of you wanting to do. Here, if you decide you want to type your work, you can, do you see option 2 now?
Yep.
Okay. So this, you would want to read through this if you decided you want to type it up and then attach the document. Now, in this case, using your laptop or your desktop will be just fine. This is the one that he felt like math would want to use. So let's just kind of go through this carefully. Each question, you are allowed a maximum of 5 pieces of paper. Now, you're not going to use 5 pieces of paper unless you mess up a whole lot and just start Xing out stuff. But what he said to do before you sit down to take that exam is have all of your stuff ready. And if you'll notice the first bullet there, at the top of each page that you take a picture of and submit, you need to have your AP ID written, your initials, and the page number. So if you are working on problem 1, you're going to have your AP ID, your initials, and page 1. And then if it takes a second page, you'll have AP initials, ID, and page 2. Okay? At the top, you have that stuff ready beforehand. Then when you start problem number 2, you need to say page 1 again and page 2. Don't start where you left off on the first one. You'll start up with page 1 again on problem number 2. Questions?
So we can go ahead and write our ID and our initials.
You can have all of that done before you sit down to take the exam.
And then wait for the page number. 'Cause it
You
changed.
know what? To be honest with you, what I would do is I would have 2 sheets of paper. Yeah, I might have 3 sheets of paper ready for that first question since it's got a lot of parts. And I would have page 1, page 2, page 3 for problem number 1. And then I'd have a page 1, page 2 for the other one for problem number 2. And I would have all that ready before I even sit down. Because you do not want to waste any of that time that you have writing this stuff at the top of your paper. Also, just have extra paper handy in case you need more, but you can have a maximum of 5 sheets per problem. Use a pencil, but please, a dark pencil, not a real light pencil. You want to make sure that it's one that a picture can be taken of it real easily. Okay, now take a look. When the timer has 5 minutes remaining, take a photo of your response in vertical orientation. Listen, I do not want you to take a picture of part A and then take a separate picture of part B and a separate picture of part C. You hear me? I want you to take a picture of page 1 and a picture of page 2 and a picture of page 3. One page per photo. If your response is longer than 1 page, you'll need to attach multiple photos before you click submit. Now, this piece right here, where my cursor is, if you accidentally click submit before you get all of those pages uploaded, then that's a too bad, so sad. If you miss one of the pages, there's nothing you can do about it. So just be careful and get all your pages uploaded before you click submit. And then you have the acceptable file formats. Here's the exam day setup. Here's the stuff they suggest that you have. You have your smartphone, and this is what you're going to use the phone for. And that's all you need. Just make sure you have plenty of paper. You can have a calculator or not. That's up to you. You can have notes or not. That's up to you. But make sure you have a good pencil with plenty of lead and erasers, okay? And have your calculator if you want it. If you have any questions at this point, I can't see you all because I've got you minimized. So you're gonna have to holler out if you have a question.
Does it matter if you used lined paper or like blank paper? Does it matter?
Good question. You can use lined paper or blank paper. Either one.
Okay.
Good question. That one's all music theory, world languages. So if any of you are taking AP French or AP Spanish, you're gonna deal with that. I'm not aware that any of you have accommodations. Okay, the makeup exam. All I'm gonna do is just gonna go through this very first part, okay? If you have any issues on exam day that prevent you from testing successfully, you will be directed to an online AP makeup testing request form where you can describe what happened and request an e-ticket for the June exam. Now listen, Mr. Packer was very specific on this. Not finishing the exam is not a reason to request a makeup exam. You cannot get a makeup exam just because you didn't finish. You can still score just fine without finishing. Second bullet, you can also access the form at that website. The third bullet, you have to have your original e-ticket if you need to request a makeup exam. Fourth bullet, submit the form within 48 hours of your original exam date. Okay. If you'll look over to the right side real quick, the one that's the half that's in blue, the makeup testing request form is only for students who test in May, encounter issues, and need another opportunity to test. If you already know that you have a conflict, ignore that May e-ticket. Don't open it, don't do anything to it, and you will automatically be issued a ticket for the June test. Go back to the left side, that last bullet. This is important that you see. Rest assured that you will get approval for any of the following types of issues you encounter or anything similar to it. If you get sick during the test, if your electricity goes out, your batteries fail, if you have technical disruptions, your internet goes out, you will be able to request a new test for any of those reasons, and you'll get it.
Ms. Stinnett,
Yep.
was there retest opportunities when you would take it normally? Like if you were sick or something?
Yes. Yes.
Just curious.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The exam screen will guide you step by step on test day from the minute you click that e-ticket. Most of you will be able to navigate the test using only the information that I've already told you on the previous slides. Now I'm on the second one, but something unexpected might happen, and some of you would benefit from additional preparation and technology checks. Listen, if you are concerned about your technology in any way, if you are concerned about your internet, if you're concerned about anything, you let me know. And I'll talk to Ms. King and we'll get something worked out. Now, the last one, this is just more details and tips. And Mr. Packer said he wanted teachers and students to work through these together to make sure you're ready. I hope I'm not boring you to death, because I will share this with you. All right, 5 steps to take before exam day. I'm not going to read through all of this. I want you to read through it and make sure that you're okay on this stuff, okay? The main one I want to talk to you about is number 3. An online AP exam demo will be available next Monday. When we get that, I'm going to strongly encourage all of you to do that so you can practice uploading your answers. Let me see here. Okay, let's go on. This is reviewing your contact information. So if you're not getting those emails, you can go right here, do what it says here. But please look at the bottom. If you still don't get emails from AP, then your e-ticket will still be posted in your My AP account. Check your tech. You do not need a lockdown browser. Look right here where my cursor is. It says you may be more comfortable handwriting responses in calculus, chem, and statistics, but if you decide you want to type in your responses, this link right here will take you to how to type symbols and formulas, and I'm going to go do that. I haven't downloaded that yet, but I'm going to. In most other subjects, using a smartphone will require scrolling back and forth too much within a question. But apparently that won't be the case for statistics and calculus, so a phone would be fine. Here is if you're going to type. Okay. Here's your handwriting. White paper. Please use white paper. Standard size. Look at this last bullet right here. Make sure you take care of that before you sit down for the exam. And this is that AP demo. And if you'll notice right here, that's where it will be. cb.org/AP demo. So please, please do that next week. If you look right here, I hope you can see my cursor. If you cannot connect to this demo from your planned testing device, then you will not be able to connect to the real exam. Do it on your phone if you're going to use your phone, which I would suggest. Questions?
Is there a specific time that we have to do it on that day, or is it just whenever?
The demo?
Yes.
Anytime, as far as I know. We were not told any specific times. What you need on exam day, you've got to have that e-ticket, that checklist, the paper, your pencil, eraser, calculator if you want to have one, but it's not required, your phone. Now, if you'll look over here, what's permitted, you can have your class notes, you can have study guides, you can have a textbook. Textbook's not going to help you. Previous assignments. Guys, if you have to spend time on the internet looking for stuff or looking for stuff in your notes, that's just going to take precious time. You're just not going to have it. Now, like if I can get you some concise study guides, you know, like that 10-pager, but maybe I can find one a little more condensed. You could have that out. That might be helpful. But having to do internet searches and searching through your notes is just not going to help you any. You know that page that I gave you on theorems? That might be a good one to have out. No, that would be a good one to have out. If you can't find it, I'll find one for you. Okay. What to have ready, or what do you need on exam day? Look at the math. This is if you're typing responses, but you are permitted to have a calculator. And these are just for all the other exams. I've already talked to you about all that. Okay. May 4th, you're going to get an exam confirmation email May 4th with your AP ID and a list of the exams you're registered for. In the meantime, you can check which exams you're registered for in My AP. If you don't see your name there, let me know, because everybody should be there. 2 days before the exam, you'll get your email with your personalized e-ticket and AP ID. Also, you can find it on Classroom, on your AP Classroom. Okay. Here's the checklist. Now look at what the most important thing is right here. This last line here, you need to log in to your exam 30 minutes before your start time. So you need to log in at 12:30 because you have security stuff you have to do ahead of time. And if you don't get that security stuff done, you can't start the exam. You cannot start the exam until you get the security stuff done. So sit down at 12:30. 12:30 be your start time. Okay, finally, exam day. Oh, hang on just a minute. This is Miss Ulaga. Hey, Jana. Hey.
If we were having a pre-cal meeting at 4 or not?
No, there was no need. They didn't need one. And I'm doing a Zoom with
Okay.
calculus right now, but we're good.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
to
no,
hear
no.
that.
It's fine. It's fine. We're good. Nobody said they needed one. So,
Okay, that works for me. I won't say anything then. I'm working out in the yard anyway. They don't want to see this.
all right. See you later.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Sorry about that. Just pay attention. Okay. Pay attention to this stuff. 30 minutes before your time, you need to check in. And if you'll notice, you'll check in, you'll complete your identity information, and then you just wait until 1 o'clock. You'll get your question, you'll submit the response. Oh, wait, this is for a 1-question exam. I need to be over here. I need to be in the second column. This is the column that you guys need to be in, the second column, because yours is a 2-question exam. So you'll have 25 minutes. Read the question. You'll have 5 minutes to do the response, and then you wait for question 2. You'll have 15 minutes, 5 minutes for the response, and then you are done and you walk away. But make sure you hit submit. We've already talked about this. The exam security stuff that you do at the beginning in those first 30 minutes, that's going to help them with all their security to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. They wouldn't share very much of that with us because they said, we want to keep it secret so that people can't try to get around it, so to speak. This is that first 30 minutes. You see that you will have a timer. Everybody see that timer down there? So that's
Yep.
what it's going to look like. Okay. For most exams, the questions are divided into parts, which it is for us. Label them in alphabetical order, just like this, A, B, C. If you can't do B, leave space for it, go to C. But don't do A, then C, then B. That's not going to work. Have it in order. The last bullet, you will not be able to move on to the second question until the time for the first question has lapsed. Once you submit a question, you cannot go back to it. We've talked about managing your time. If you'll notice, what's going to happen, the timer will turn red when you have 5 minutes left to submit your work, okay? But you don't have to finish it to get a high score, so don't stress. The standards, that last bullet, the standards are no higher than they have been before.
So your timer turns red when you have that 5 minutes to submit it. So is that 5 minutes added to like the overall time?
Here's what I'm assuming, because I wondered that myself. I'm going back. You will have, I'm guessing, here's what I'm guessing, Mary Grace. I'm guessing that timer is going to be set at 30 minutes. But that with 5 minutes left, it's going to turn red.
Okay.
That's my guess. Okay. Submitting your response, you can see that here. But remember, on that first bullet, to submit is a 2-step process. You attach or paste your response. So for you guys, you're going to attach it, and then you're going to click submit. If you don't click submit before the timer runs out, your response will not count. Please pay attention to that third bullet right here. Once you click submit, your response may still be trying to submit, but it will. And you can go on to the next question while your first answer is uploading. It's fine. As long as you click submit before the time ran out, then you are fine. Look at the second to the last bullet. If your response continues to transfer after the end of the exam, you need to wait for an on-screen message confirming that your exam is complete. And that's just to make sure that your submissions have fully loaded before you close your browser or turn off your computer. Look at that last bullet. If you never see your AP exam is complete, you need to go and request a new exam, explain the situation, and request an e-ticket for the next one. But this is what it's going to look like over here on the right. That's what you're going to have right here, okay? This I'm not going to spend time about. We've kind of talked about this, except the first one. If you accidentally close the browser, your device crashes, you temporarily lose access, you can quickly click the e-ticket again to get back to the exam. If you feel like that cost you so much time that you didn't get to do what you should have been able to do, then you can request a makeup exam. Don't refresh your browser or hit the back arrow during the exam. And please don't call them during the exam. That's not going to work. You can look through this later because I've fed you a whole lot of information. This is just about scoring. Make sure you check your phone, make sure your phone's in good shape, make sure that it's charged or that you at least have a charger. Oh, okay. That was a lot.
Evan, you okay?
Did I put him to sleep? Ah. Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry, Evan. I put you to sleep. Let me see if there's anything else on here that, because I was taking notes during the webinar.
Can't tell if he's faking.
All of my notes are things that we covered in the slides. Poor Evan. Do you have any questions at this point?
I think that was it.
Keep practicing. I'll keep putting more stuff up there. You have questions, you holler at me. We'll FaceTime or we'll Zoom. That's what I enjoy doing. So please don't feel like it's a you know, you're bothering me, because that's the best part of this, is to get to just work with you guys. Have a great weekend. All right. I love you all. I miss you. Oh, you got an email from me this morning about graduation, and you probably should have gotten it from school as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And y'all are supposed to get more information about when you return your stuff on May 6th.
I guess. Yeah.
Have you gotten an email about that yet? Nikita has. You will.
Yeah.
You'll get it. You'll get it if you haven't yet. If you still have your calculus book at home, take it back. You won't need it anymore. If you need a calculator, maybe by then I can get in the building, but the second floor got waxed this week, so we cannot, we can't get up there right now. But if you decide you need a calculator closer to time, let me know, and I'll do everything I can to get in the building. But you can, you know, you can put a calculator on your phone. You know, you can put a TI-84 on your phone. Yes? Okay.
I don't know if we'd be able to leave though.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know about that. So yeah, you probably want to have a calculator. Yeah. Okay, I will let you go. I hope you get to enjoy something fun this weekend. I'm going to go to Westwood Gardens in Fayetteville and buy some plants. So I'll go with my mask on. And I'll buy some plants. So, last call. Anything?
Don't forget about the interview that we have to do after this.
Thank you. Right. Okay, for the rest of you, I'll see you soon. Love you. Stay sharp, okay? And stay healthy. Bye. Okay, let me see.
I have one question, Miss Stinnett.
Evan woke up.
Yeah.
Evan, I'm recording it, bud.